of franchising brand stories, and a very warm welcome to everybody on this lovely hot sunny Wednesday afternoon, and delighted you can join us. Today we're going to continue the story of the back nine. We first met them back in January, and we're going to keep the journey and the story going today, with some updates and some progress, but really look at the wider issues about how high growth US franchise launches and scales in the UK as well. So delighted to welcome back Ash Poulton, who is heading up the UK operation. Ash, a very warm welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. Appreciate it. And thanks for mentioning the weather, because it's done nothing but rain since October. And finally, we've got some sunshine. So
yeah, good.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
And as a keen golfer, then you haven't been out much, then, have you, with the weather being so bad?
It's got to be 20 degrees and blue skies for me to go out these days.
Listen, that's amazing, and another great reason for the back nine as well, because the weather in this country is so unpredictable.
Thank you, Simon.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that. But listen, thank you very much for coming back on. I really wanted to pick up the story again and really continue the journey, because I was really inspired when I met yourself and Will back in January, and you talked about your exciting plans for coming into the UK market, and it's just a great opportunity to catch up, really, and just to find out how things are progressing. We are live, so doorbells can go off, cats can meow, and dogs can bark. We're live, and I would say to anybody looking to join us, please, by all means, come in, put a message in the chat to let us know you're here, and happy to answer any questions as well. I mean, that's the beauty of the live stream. You won't be surprised to hear, Ash, that I've got a few questions lined up for you, which I'd like to ask you. So without further ado, I am going to launch with my first question. So since our January launch show, what tangible milestones have you achieved in the UK? And I've just jumped the gun a little bit. Just tell us, what is the back nine again? Just remind us what the back nine is again.
Okay, so the back nine is indoor golf at a premium. It's a premium golf simulation. It's an area, it's a safe space where people can come and can upskill the game. Whether you're brand new to golf, whether you're a novice, an amateur, whether you're a pro, you can come to the back nine, play our golf simulators, pick the courses from around the world that you want to play, and just upskill your game with the best technology out there.
Brilliant. And it's a tech, isn't it? I mean, the tech is really crucial and critical to this. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm not a golfer, but I've seen what data is available. And for somebody who loves their golf and wants to improve their game every time they swing and hit a golf ball, it's all there, isn't it?
Yeah, the good thing with indoor golf as well is it's just another facet to the golf community. So we're not here to replace traditional outdoor golf. I still love my outdoor golf as well. But one of the big differences is you can make more swings on an indoor golf. So it could be 4 hours to play 18 holes outdoor, where you can play 18 holes within 1 hour. You book a 2-hour tee time slot at a facility. You're going to get loads more swings in there, loads more data, loads more feedback. So the people out there that love the technology and are wanting to improve the game via their technology, it's just second to none these days.
Brilliant. And the tech also, and again, I'm just recapping on some of the things we talked about in January, because it was a real eye-opener, because this is, you don't, from a franchisee's point of view, they don't need to be on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The technology also powers the centres as well, whether it be
the door entry system.
That's it,
it's scanned with your app. So there's a bit of technology there, and then it's the full swing technology in the golf simulators, and there's tech support if there was ever an issue via full swing as well, direct.
Brilliant.
But yes, technology is very heavy these days. Yeah,
absolutely. And just to paint the picture one last time before you answer the question, a back nine centre, we're looking at a sort of a light industrial unit, which is divided up into bays. And each bay, you can have a 3 or 4 or 5 bay, but that's where all the action takes place within these centres. Yeah.
So it's location, 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 get the right location. Now, what we tend to say is somewhere that's not off the beaten track, somewhere not hidden away. You could go with an industrial unit like you suggested there. You might have to put more into marketing just so that
Right.
people know where the location is, how to find it. But it's anything where there's footfall, there's traffic that passes it. It could be a pizza shop closing down. So as long as there's traffic that gets the footfall there in a safe location with 3 or 4 parking spaces plus, that would be a good location for anyone. Get it fitted out, depending on the size, somewhere between about 2,200 square feet to about 2,600 square foot. You would comfortably get 3 golf bays in with the simulators. Anything more 2,600 plus to about 3,200 feet, you could get 4 simulators in there.
Brilliant, brilliant. And the whole model is built around membership base, isn't it? That's what drives the revenue for the franchisees. It's all about membership, recurring membership fees at different levels of
So
membership.
the number one income stream would be memberships, repeat customers that keep coming back. There's other income streams out there. Bring golf pros in for golf lessons, gift cards at Christmas times. I guess you could do birthday parties in there, bachelor parties as well. So there's loads of other income streams, but the number one is our repeat members.
Yeah.
So where we're different, where we're a little unique to a lot of the indoor golf simulators out there, they're all more social occasions.
Yeah.
There might be a pool table in, a dartboard as well. There's food and beverage. We're not doing that at the Back Nine. It's purely for golf members, people who want to improve the golf game, that want to upskill in a safe environment, a premium experience, and not if I don't want to upset the teenager community out there, but we're not the type of our venues aren't those where they're just full of teenagers every night. They're for a social experience.
Yeah.
So it's not like going to a driving range where you just look around the bay at the driving range and there's chips here and there's dints there and there's golf balls pinging around above you and they're whacking it to the side of them. So it's more so for repeat golf members. But like we do say, it could be anyone starting from scratch. We have the walled carpets in our bays to protect the bays. And it could be anyone up all the way through to being a pro. Brilliant. We don't turn away people who want to just come and play as well. You can come and play, but the bulk of your income will come from your repeat golf members.
Yeah, golf membership. Yeah, and we talked about that last time, looking at the mix of business, and it's quite clear that the majority of franchisees in the US, their main 80% of their revenue is driven by memberships, and then some will have sort of casual tea times, ad hocs. They also do other things. I mean, there was one unit I saw that had TV screens running in the bays with advertising on them as well for corporates.
So corporate, your local businesses, if they want to advertise there as well, or if you're running a golf tournament that are always hugely popular, they might want to sponsor the tournament. Yeah. And also commercial memberships as well form a smaller part of our membership basis. However, people like to be able to hit golf balls and chat business, and sometimes there's a reception area with a table in, and you could have a screen in there as well if they want to then talk business more officially afterwards. Okay. But you're absolutely right.
That's good.
With your understanding.
It's good. So, I mean, in terms of it's travelled very well across from the US into the UK marketplace in terms of the core business model. I mean, nothing has been. I know you don't want to be, copy and pasting things, but the core business model and the real know-how and the thing that drives the success at franchisee level has been translated very well across from the US into the UK market.
Absolutely, it has. And first, I'd say there is quite a bit that we do want to copy and paste as well, because when you've got a proven model that works really well, we're at the stage where there will be adaptations here in the UK. There's no doubt about that, to our British market and our British audiences. But hopefully they're more so tweaks than wholesale changes.
Okay.
Certainly there'll be things that we will need to change, such as the seasonal weather impact that we can capitalize upon here in the UK. I know even in America, the more northern parts, the more northern states, even when it's really cold, they seem to have more blue skies and sunshine during their winter. Where in the UK, ours is more of a wet winter with mist and over clouds, and that causes challenges for some of our golf courses. My local golf course as well, you can only play the back 9 throughout our winter period. You can't play the full 18 holes because the drainage wasn't that good. Now, it has been a bit of a unique winter. Like I said at the beginning, it's just not stopped raining. But certainly we will talk to our franchisees and talk about how we can capitalize upon the seasonal player over here in the UK. And there'll be other things that we tweak as we go along up and down the country as well. We'll chat with franchises, any local impacts as well.
Okay.
But hopefully most of them, like I say, it's just more so tweaks. And so one tweak would be when I went out to America to visit the back 9 facilities, you know, I wanted to do my research before I came on board. I went to one franchise unit. I thought that looks really good. I went to a second one. It looked completely different to the first one inside. Right. I went to a third. All 3 looked different. I went to a fourth. They all look different. So we will probably have a little tighter control on our brand. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody had the walls painted orange and purple or anything like that out there. But we'll probably offer, well, we will be offering like a birdie and an eagle option for the interior design. One's a more lighter wood scheme, one's a darker wood scheme. And we will work with our local franchisees because they might have some local cultural things that they want to bring into their decor, which we'd be happy to support. But yes, going back to, I think your question was about bringing the brand over to the UK. Hopefully it's more so tweaks, but there will be things that we're already seeing in the UK.
Okay. No, that's brilliant. I mean, listen, let's move. I mean, you know, it's a very, very interesting and challenging time in the UK market at the moment. We've just had a spring announcement, and I don't think anybody came away thinking, "Wow, this is great." I mean, it's a challenging market, and I think for me, again, from the first time that I met yourself and Will, you know, the model is really geared up to work alongside that challenging environment. You know, it's low labor intensive. We're seeing, you know, the minimum wage going up. We're seeing rises in utility bills. Everything is pushing down on the margins for investors and operators. And I think with the back 9, what you're bringing here is something which is really capable of bucking the trend in, you know, in maintaining decent margins, decent operating margins for franchisees, which I think is massively important. And I know you've had a lot of early interest from existing multi-unit investors as well. A lot of them heavily invested into high labor intensive brands, whether it be QSR or whatever it may be. And they're looking at this as being the, you know, the one that's going to give them that decent margin across the whole of the portfolio. So I think the timing is superb. And from what I've seen of the financial models as well, it's very, very, it provides investors with a really good opportunity to achieve some decent margins and not be shackled down by, you know, the rising labour costs and operating costs that are challenging so many. But listen, we can talk about that for hours. But I mean, let's dive into that. I mean, we talked in January. What's been happening since January? I think, have you got any exciting news to share with us, Ash?
Well, let's fast forward to this week. So the best news we signed up our first franchisee. So they'll be based in Epsom, and they are super keen to go. And to be honest, we've been really blessed to meet this couple. It's a husband and wife team because they have friends in America who have multi-units. They have, I believe it's 8 multi-units out there. So they knew the model and they were just ready to go. So when we opened, or we landed basically in the UK, end of November, they were ready to go, and it was really us kind of holding them off. So December, January and February was all about getting our vendor partners in place. We didn't want to sell a franchise, get someone signed up, and we just weren't ready to go. So it's been a hard work over the last 3 months. It's been productive. So anything from as soon as the franchisee signs the franchise agreement, we have commercial real estate agency partners that we can hand them to if they need to be handed to them. That includes the legal aspects of getting everything signed up and contracts completed. We have vendors in place to scope out potential units or facilities. They can do all the drawings, make sure everything aligns well. We have vendors who can then go and do all the fit out as well, put the beers in. We have vendors to help us with our door entry system now and the CCTV cameras that are in there. So at every aspect of the business model, we have vendors in place. So I know you said going back to January, I kind of jumped back a further month to December from when we really started. It's been putting the vendors in place so that we're now in a place where we can sign franchise agreements. And like I say, our Epsom franchisees, they're already actively looking for a second facility as well. So they're super keen to become multi-unit owners. And the interest has been fantastic as well. Like you mentioned earlier, there's some multi-unit interests out there. I'm speaking to father and son teams, husband and wife teams, who may just go for one facility. And we're hoping to get a balance between the multi-unit owners and those who just want one facility as well.
Yeah.
So it's exciting times. Lots of good stuff's gone on. We're in place just to take this forward now.
Brilliant. There's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes, securing those relationships and partnerships. It's really interesting, isn't it? Because it's easy to sort of say yes, master unit, master franchisee, multiple unit franchise. But let's not forget about the owner operator as well, because there are people out there that, you know, are looking for a home for their money, if you like, looking for somewhere to invest, but don't want to give up the day job as well. And I think a real strong market for this is the owner operator as well, because I think just remembering back to the first show we did, you know, 10, 20 hours a week, you know, you don't need to be in the unit or in the premises sitting behind a desk. I mean, you can run this alongside your day job as well.
And it really is that way. And I'll be straight with you. When I was doing my initial research into Back9 out in the US and seeing if we could bring it to the UK, I fought the model which they had. And I said, well, look, in the UK, there's indoor golf simulators out there. They do food and beverage. They've got other stuff going on in the facilities. And I'm glad I lost the argument, because we don't have to hire staff to do all the food and beverage. Franchise owners that I'm speaking to in the food and beverage owners, they're complaining about constant rising food prices, food and beverage prices, and so forth. So I'm really glad our model is really, it doesn't have all of those. It's pure golf memberships, which it allows a franchise owner to literally, they could keep their own day job if they wanted to and just use a few hours a week.
Yeah.
Running this as a side hustle and making some very good income as a side hustle. And for me, that's attractive. I've been in franchising for around a decade now. And I'll tell you right now, lots of people have tried to keep their day job and run a franchise business, and they just couldn't do it because they had to be all in on the franchise. The Back9 is a unique model where they literally can, if you want, to run your day job, keep your day job and run the franchise, because it's a few hours getting your members onto the system, setting the pricing up on the computer that you can do any time of the day that you want to do that. And then it's really just making sure the facility's in order. You might have to rearrange the furniture 2 or 3 times a week and empty the bins. But other than really that and setting the customers up, I would encourage our franchisees to spend a bit of time at the facilities, meeting with the members and building relationships. But that's up to them. Yeah. We've had people say, I'll actually have a little office in my Back9 franchise and I'll keep my job, but I'll work from my facility and I'll meet members as well. Yeah. So it's, something around the 10 hours a week, which is very unique when it comes to franchising, and no staffing costs as well.
No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. We've had some lovely comments in the chat. Is Harvey's here as well, which is lovely. Welcome, Harvey. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming and joining our show. Harvey did ask a question about, have you ever considered food and drink offer? And you've answered that question already. And I think
just on that, Simon, what some people do, and we may broker some deals, some discount deals with some national brands. Yeah, people might want to order pizza and come in. So if you've got a 4-ball playing and they might want some pizza, we can offer some discounts to that. But what we're not going to have is a part of the facility where there's food and beverage served and drinks and such. But people can order and bring food in, and we'll probably partner with some national companies to get some discount on that too.
That's really interesting. But what you don't want to do is, like you said, is the beauty of this model is it's a low labour force. You don't need to be employing lots of people. And I think you're absolutely right. As soon as you start bringing that in-house and start preparing, your labour costs are going to go up and everything else. But and that's great. Listen, thanks very much.
You will only have your members playing in the facility.
Yeah.
And that's it, unless you want to be there.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. Okay, let's move things on a little bit. But before we do that, let's just welcome a couple of other people in here as well. Julie, hello, Julie. Very warm welcome. I joined late. Apologies. I'm not familiar with the concept. Could you summarise the model, please? Well, we did something at the very start which summarises it, and also, Julie, if you click on the QR code at the top of the screen, that will take you straight through to a landing page where you can actually request a copy of the deck as well, which is great. But listen, thanks very much for joining us. Okay, I mean, look, this is as much about catching up on the back nine journey and the back nine story as anything else, but also, what have you learned about adapting a proven US model to the UK market, and what's working particularly well for you?
Well, the main model works very well, and that's what excites me so much. So I'm looking now at a position where the next 12 months, maybe next couple of years, we're purely in the zone to recruit franchisees now.
Okay.
So adapting, we've got a lot of support in the background, even from America. We're building our team here in the UK as well, so we'll have local people in the UK supporting us. But the biggest plus really is the Americans' relationship with Full Swing Technology.
Yeah.
So Trackman's out there, they're brilliant. Full Swing's out there, they're brilliant. These are the two market leaders when it comes to the technology. What I love about it also is the golf pros who partner with Full Swing, we get to use their branding. So even the Tiger Woods Golf League, the TGL at the moment, that's all done through Full Swing Technology, which is an indoor golf tournament, which takes place with the likes of Rory McIlroy and all of the top pros out there. So we're benefiting. So there's no fears with adapting the model from America.
Yeah.
We're really benefiting on what they've already got in place. So for me, Full Swing is our biggest plus, the indoor golf simulation. We get to use the likes of Tiger Woods as branding. Even if you don't know golf, everyone knows who Tiger Woods is. We can have his imagery on the outside of your facilities, on your windows. It's such a huge plus.
Yeah.
More than if we were just trying to set this up ourselves.
Yes.
Having that already, the proven model, the franchise model from America, has just been excellent for us. In the next 12 to 24 months, stop me, I'm just getting excited about it and what the future brings. And we're talking a lot to people.
That's the essence of good franchising, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people watch this and say, well, yeah, but there are other golf simulators out there. There are, but they haven't got the benefit of that relationship with Full Swing. They haven't got the technology that operates it as well. So again, it's everything why we love franchising. You're giving people a real head start in the process, aren't you? And you're giving people the opportunity to capitalize on significant investment. And I think it's fair to say as well that, the franchising is coming to the UK directly from the US. There isn't a master franchisee here. This is very much a direct franchise operation, fully funded by the USA. And I think that's important. I think that shows a real commitment to the market as well and developing the market as well.
Yeah, and I'd say we've got the best of both worlds. So we've got some great financial backing. Hopefully it won't be long before we're standing on our own 2 feet. I have skin in the game as well. I have some shareholdings in the UK side of it as well. So there's skin in the game from a UK perspective. But yes, absolutely, their funding and support to get us up and running for the early months. Hopefully it won't be too long. We'll be standing on our own 2 feet and onwards, upwards and forwards, as they say. So
really what you've learned is that the back nine has travelled very well from the USA and it's very adapted well to the UK marketplace. you know,
It has. Look,
it's
they
the
love the
right
golf
time.
in America. We love our golf here in the UK. We are the home of golf, and we go all the way up to Scotland for that. And because we love our golf, we'll always find a way to make it work, which is the reason that Full Swing partnered with Back Nine. They said, we've spoke to loads of people out there, but there's something different about Back Nine, and it's fueled by the passion and the love of golf. So we've grown that relationship. It's continued here in the UK. We're blessed that Full Swing have a base down in Wokingham and one in central London.
Oh,
So
good.
Full Swing are also based in the UK as well. So
Brilliant.
there's no issues with shipping and all of the challenges that could come from that. Any prospective franchisees, if they want to come along and go and meet the Full Swing team, I'm more than happy to introduce them and go down and meet with them, which I'll often be doing. But yeah, it's a great days ahead, I can see.
It's a strong partnership, isn't it? It's a really strong partnership, and it's nice to see that they've got a UK presence here as well. I mean, that's massively, massively important. Okay, lovely. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Ash. So, what infrastructure you've talked about this already, but I mean, what is there in place to support franchisees? I mean, what have you been doing? What building blocks and what scaffolding have you been putting in place to support your franchisees as you scale across the UK?
Love the question. So we've talked about the vendor relationships that are already in place.
Oh.
So that all the hard yards have been done with that.
Yeah.
So we can hand franchisees straight over to some of our vendors to help them from everything to find the facility to getting your doors open. And we're there to support that, to make that happen as quickly as possible. So there's lots going on there. We also have lots of marketing tools in place already. So we have what we call our design huddle, which just has loads of templates already. If you want a large outside banner, there's multiple template opportunities. If you want a small gift card, the templates, they're already there, or you can create your own. Brilliant. We also have a social suite. We've got pre-planned and pre-prepared social media posts. It's 5 to 10 minutes. I do it every Friday, 5 to 10 minutes. And across all our social channels at Back Nine here in the UK, I've already set up 3 or 4 posts that will go out next week. So 5 to 10 minutes, that's already in place. Mm-hmm. We have a 90-day plan as well in place to support you. So 60 days prior to you opening your doors, there's a marketing drive that's already in place to help you find your founding members.
Yeah.
And then 30 days after the doors open, we want to get you as quick as possible to your break even. Okay. And the say break even is around about 60 customers or 60 members, golf members is around break even. Generally on day one, when you open the doors, because of the 60-day pre-marketing drive, we should have you somewhere around about your 30, 35 members. And then once the doors open, you'll get more people in and they will do demos, they will get a feel for it. And we're trying to get you as close to that 60 members. So those support, I guess, procedures are already in place, good to go. We're building our team here in the UK. I'm actively looking to bring a couple of people on at the moment as well, so there's more support. I think I said it on the last call, but I've been in franchising for a decade, and whenever I've ran or been helping out run a business, we will get to the same place where our franchisees are saying, Ash, I get it. All right, okay. Can I come back to you now? You know, wait for me to call you type thing. So the support will be there to help people. I don't really like the phrase hold their hand, but you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
It's difficult. People get excited and then that nervousness takes over. We're about to open our doors. What happens next and where do we go from here? So we're here to help you with that.
Brilliant, brilliant. Listen, we have a little bit of distortion on your voice with the microphone. I don't know whether you can fix that a little bit, because I think I don't want anything to distract from what you've been saying.
Okay, let's switch it. Is that any better?
It's still a bit crackly. If you want to jump out and come back in again, you're very welcome. And then what I can do in the meantime is I can bring in Julie, and Julie can have a chat. I'll have a little bit of a catch up with Julie as well about some of the conversations she's been having and some of the observations around the UK. So Hello, Julie.
Simon.
A bit impromptu, but it's lovely to see you. And just to put this into perspective, that the franchise company are working with the Back Nine on their launch in the UK marketplace, and obviously you've been busy already speaking to people at the moment. What are the sort of the common themes that are coming from those conversations that you're having at the moment with potential investors and equally people that, you know, the Back Nine comes to us in the UK with some really strong influential individuals behind it in terms of the franchise agreement, the infrastructure that's been in place. What can you tell us about the reactions you've received so far?
Well, the people that we're speaking to at the moment, a large majority of them are franchise professionals, as in they're multi-brand, multi-unit franchisees. So they already know, understand, get the mechanics of franchising. They understand all the, the agreements and the documentation. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they want to get quite quickly to the hub or the nub of the opportunity, which is really the whole kind of financial model.
Yes.
And I think some of the things that you've been talking about already, in terms of the attractiveness of the model in relation to food franchises, an example. We've been talking to a number of multi-brand, multi-unit food franchisees who've got high levels of staff, and obviously the kind of the low levels of staff or the need not to have staff on site is of great attraction to them. The fact that it's a new brand to the UK, but it's established, proven, and very successful in the US, to the extent that my understanding is that franchisees are kind of individuals are queuing up to become franchisees in the US, which is a great endorsement. And I think also hopefully the fact that we've all carried out our own due diligence. So Ash said before he joined, he went over, did his due diligence. We were obviously introduced to Back Nine and to Ash from a very well-known, very recognised lawyer, Hamilton Pratt, who are acting for them on the legal point of view. And likewise, from our point of view, we've spent 2 months working to, engage with potential franchisees, but also working our way through all of the documentation, the systems, the operational aspects, trying to really get to grip to the detail of the opportunity. And we're very happy with what we've seen and what we've learned, and we're very happy to be working with the people that we're working with. Ash in the UK, and obviously the guys in America as well. So I think there's a lot of boxes ticked for people who are experienced in franchising and understand it, and really they just want to get straight to the commercial opportunity.
And we're talking here, and welcome back, Ash, by the way.
Well, hopefully it works.
It's brilliant. I've got it.
I tell you what, as a side note, how people are doing the diesel claims and everything for being missold? We will be doing this for internet speeds. I have the fastest super duper, so if it's my end, then apologies.
Listen, you're loud and clear, but I was just say you come back with a very strange northern accent. I'm just kidding. I just want to. I'll bring you back in a sec, Ash, because what I wanted is because I wanted to put this together just to talk a bit about bringing brands in from overseas into the US, and Julie, you've been around a long time, and you've seen a lot of brands coming into the UK. How are these guys doing things differently? Because for me, it's clear that they're doing things differently. I mean, they're direct franchising for a start, but is it fair to say that the level of interaction that you've had is also, and the amount of opportunity you've had at the franchise company to, direct and to influence how they're doing things as well? Is that fairly significant as well, would you say?
Yeah, I think the fact that you said that massively, that they've actually established a UK base, they've got a UK MD, they've got partners in the UK who are suppliers, etc. There's a lot of UK presence already, and obviously from Ash's point of view, Ash has got experience in franchising in the UK, and recognition that fundamentally, what Back Nine is doing is it's retaining its core offer. So the whole kind of core essence of what makes it successful, the technology, the partnerships. I didn't know that you could have Tiger Woods on the window, so that's Every day is a learning day, as they say, so that's great. But there is flexibility in terms of how franchisees approach the business. You can kind of come in, as you say, on a part-time basis and spend maybe 10 hours a week doing it, or you can really throw yourself into it and run tournaments and have events running alongside, and maximise the opportunity for advertising and sponsorship. And that's largely down to the franchisee and the approach that they want to take. So you've got this really good blend of core values, core offer, core commercial opportunity, with a lot of additional add-ons that the franchisee can bring to play if that's how they choose to run their business.
And it's also, for me, again, they're giving franchisees a real opportunity to make good money at good margins as well.
Yeah.
Alongside the core membership base, the add-ons. We haven't even talked about the apparel side of it as well, which I know Will mentioned when we first met as well. So there's a great opportunity for franchisees there to get a real return on their investment.
Yeah, I mean, again, interestingly, we've built a financial model which is for the UK potential franchisees to look at the kind of key factors, triggers, number of bays, membership fees, etc. And we've built it from the bottom upwards, and we've got loads of data and information from the US. And again, the interesting thing is they've come together. You don't see very many business opportunities, franchises that can realistically, legitimately offer a 50% net trading profit, pre-tax depreciation, EBITDA, etc.
Yeah.
But whether we start from the top or the bottom, that's what we're looking at basically, which is very, very attractive financially.
Okay. And for anybody watching, again, if you scan the QR code, that will take you to the landing page, and I'm sure anybody in Julie and her team will be more than happy to pick up a call and to maybe walk you through some of those numbers as well. But listen, Ash, thanks for that, Julie. I appreciate your input on that. That's fantastic. Ash, just a quick one. I just want to, in two and a half to 3 minutes, just recap over that 90-day support program that you've got in place, because I just want to be really clear about that, because the microphone was popping out a little bit. Remind us about that.
Okay, sorry, and if it pops out again, just stop me. So that we have what's called the Back Nine Way. It's a 90-day marketing plan, 60 days pre-open date, and then 30 days once the doors are open. So one of our vendors we're partnering with, they've got a 3-tier scheme when it comes to digital marketing to help you find your members. So we've got all the correct avatars and all the keywords and metadata and all the stuff that I don't really fully understand unless you're a real marketing person, but it's all in place with our marketing team that we share with our vendor. And that 3-tier scheme could be suited to the amount that you've budgeted for to be able to then throw at the digital marketing approach. Okay. So 60 days is pretty aggressive. They will help you with that. They can even do all of the postings for you, the social media postings, if you want them to, or they can be more of just a guidance-based strategical approach. And then that's to get you your hopefully 30, 35, as many founding members as possible. And then 30 days once the doors open, get as many people through those doors, and it's another invested. And we say within the initial CapEx, budget a certain amount, and we can guide you on that as well to throw into the Back Nine Way, that 90-day mark one.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed for that. Okay, let's just push it on a little bit. Ash, and can you talk us through the roadmap for the next 12 to 24 months then in terms of the Back Nine in the UK?
Okay, so franchise sales or franchise recruitment, we just want to talk to as many people as possible and see if this is the right fit for you. Some people it might not be, some people it will be. We just want to talk to people and help them along the way there. So it's going to be focusing around recruitment now that the hard yards have gone in with getting the vendors in place. It'll be around that, just helping people really understand, because people say, why Back Nine? How are you different to some of the other indoors? It's opening the eyes or helping people see the opportunity out there that really stands in front of them. And that's lots of things, such as having Tiger Woods, as I've just taught Julie today. Apologies for not showing that earlier. You know, it's the imagery that we can use externally, which is such a huge boost to the business. It's helping people understand the financial numbers that, you know what.
Oh, Ash has just crashed there a little bit, but Julie, anything to add to that?
No, not really. In terms of, I think Ash has given a really great coverage of, what's happened really in 2 months, which is largely the time that we've been working together.
Yeah.
Again, just to kind of confirm the level and depth of the
30.
The work that's been done.
Excellent.
Ash, you're back.
You're back.
Okay. I don't know how far I got, but let me just say the number one key thing.
Yes.
For me getting in, it's about timing. And if we can share the R&A, the golf body's recent reports. Indoor golf is going to triple by 2030. So this is just a fantastic time to get into a business that's just going to continue to boom and boom and just keep growing. So yeah, timing. It's all about low staffing costs. If you've got one franchise, that will be low staffing costs. If you've got multi-units, you might need someone in there to help. You're talking one person. All of that is our golf partnerships with Full Swing Technology, using all of the imagery. It's our proprietary software that we've heavily invested in. It's our software that works. So there's lots of pluses there. Sorry, I've been in and out. I've even forgot what the question was.
Listen, it's fine. It keeps everybody focused and attentive. Talk to me a bit about territories in terms of how you're mapping out the territories, and maybe I know you're working with Julie and the team on this as well. So tell me a bit about the territories and allocation of territories.
Okay. There's two main criteria, and then there's a few other bits that branch off from them. But the two main criteria are a location where you've got 75,000 people within it. And the second criteria is somewhere between like a 15 to 20 minute drive to get to the facility. We don't want people driving more than 20 minutes because the likelihood or the reality of members consistently going is going to reduce after that 20-minute radius. So they're the two main criteria that we're looking for. So as we stand at the moment, we've sold a location with 3 postcodes down in Epsom. They are actively looking for their second facility. They want to be multi-units. But if you look at the UK, what are we? 70 million plus now in population. A quick math, divide 75,000 by 70 million. It'll give you something crazy like 933 possible territories. Now, I'm not daft. I know we won't have 933 territories because the second criteria of having that 75,000 population within that 15 to 20 minute radius will reduce that. But we are absolutely confident we're going to push this through 200 plus territories up and down the UK. So as we stand at the moment, we've sold one, we're about to sell a second. We're chatting with some multi-units in lots of areas, but the country's open to territories. So we won't hit critical mass anytime in the near future, but we know that the way the R&A is talking about indoor golf, it's going to continue its boom, that there's plenty of territories out there for people, and we're years away before we hit critical mass.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say the general golf community has really embraced this as well, isn't it? It's not like your Ubers and your black cab drivers. It's very much embracing the whole idea of golf simulators and technology that can improve people's game and improve their enjoyment of the game as well. I think that's something that I read as well about how the whole golf community is really supporting the growth in golf simulators in the UK.
And just a quick side note on that, we have some of our franchisees out in America who really dislike golf. They're not golfers, but they've looked at the business model and they go, aye, there's something here. So we have a lot of happy franchise owners out in the USA who don't even like golf. Now, Don't get me wrong, the majority of our franchise owners have some sort of affiliation or enjoy sport or love golf. But it's the model behind the golf that's really attractive. But if you've got both together, you know, it'll take off.
Brilliant. Okay, listen, I'm just going to wrap things up now. Just my last question, I guess, and it's I guess this will probably draw everything together. But what makes the Back Nine's UK opportunity uniquely compelling right now? And you've alluded to that already, and Julie's talked about it already in terms of the financials behind it. And you know, with all the pressures that businesses are faced, this is a real breath of fresh air in terms of, you know, not being shackled to high labour costs and pressurised margins. I mean, that's a given. But I guess for anybody evaluating international franchise opportunities, you know, because a lot of people are looking for opportunities that are coming into the UK. Why you? Why now? I guess that's the key thing.
Was that one to be? I'll take it. Yeah. So for me, years and years ago, when I was a young whippersnapper, I was a financial advisor. And the key thing I learned with the stock markets is it's all about timing. Do not wait for those stock markets to boom and go up and then invest your money. It's too late. And it's the same here when it comes to business. And I might be repeating myself a little bit here, but it's all about the time to get in. And now is the time, because you fast forward 5 years, indoor golf simulations will be everywhere, in all the towns up and down the country, in all the cities. It's just another arm to golf, such as driving ranges are. So for me, our unique opportunity, it's timing, it's low staffing costs, if none, for single units. It's our partnerships with Full Swing. It's the branding opportunities that we have out there that other people just do not have. It's the business model that focuses on memberships. You know, if you can get 40 to 45 members per beer, depending how many beers you have, that's probably where you will max out. But it shows the opportunity there that all you need is 100 plus customers and you will have a super successful business. Whether that's a side hustle or whether you're a multi-unit franchisee who is going to throw yourself into this and take multiple units.
Brilliant. And Julie, just finally, you've crunched the numbers, you've put it through all the algorithms and tested and put different scenarios and assumptions together, and you know, you've looked at the financial model stacks up. You know, it's a low membership base. You're not talking of, you know, recruiting 250, 300 members per bay. It's, you know, it's a manageable, comfortable membership numbers to achieve the results that you've already alluded to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been on a call this morning with a guy from the southwest, kind of, you know, Swindon, Bristol, Bath area, and you know, and I said to him, listen, I'm in deepest, darkest northeast, you know, and we've got some of the highest levels of deprivation in the area, but we've also got, you know, the footballers' locations as well. So even in the areas that I live, you know, 120 membership is realistic and achievable. And the interesting thing, when you look at the financials that we've analysed from America, a lot of the sites are actually maxed out in terms of members by the time they've been up and running 6-8 months, basically. And I think that's driven a lot of the expansion in the US in terms of franchisees are then at capacity with membership. So there's only one way to go, and that's to open a second site and a third site to satisfy the demand. So again, in terms of the investment, the return on the investment, you know, the financial model, one of the key factors is you only need, if it's a 3-bay site, 120, if it's 4-bay, 160, you know, there or thereabouts. And, you know, in lots of areas, Ash has mentioned 200, you know, Ash, I'll double you on that and then we'll see where we go with that.
Well, you always tell me, you say, Ash, be more conservative. So I thought, Julie's on the call, I'll be as conservative as possible. So.
That's my job. I'm the one that to be conservative.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, listen, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for joining us, Julie. I really appreciate it. And I think it's a unique insight as well from somebody who's working very close to the action, supporting Ash and growing the Back Nine in the UK. Ash, I just wanted to thank you for coming on and giving us an update and the wider perspective as well of some of the challenges and things that you're having to do as an inbound franchisor from the US into the UK marketplace. I think it sounds thoroughly exciting and challenging, and I'm absolutely delighted that you've got your first franchisees on board in Epsom, and I wish them every success. And if you can put a good word in for me with Tiger and get him on next week's live stream, that'll be greatly appreciated. But listen, thank you very much indeed for your time, everybody. Thank you very much indeed for joining. There's a QR code on the screen. That will take you straight to the landing page where you can get more of an idea, an update, and insight into the back nine screenshot, and then you can go and visit later on. But to your continued success, and thank you very much. And maybe we'll check in maybe 6 months' time and see where you're at there.
Hey, whenever. Happy to join.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Listen, have a fantastic day. All the best, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.